All right, everybody, welcome to Nerds of a Certain Vintage. As always, I am Patrick.
And I am Andy.
And we are nerds who are here for our first episode in December.
There you go.
This is our podcast proper for December. We do a listicle. Thematically, of course, we're going to be with Christmas this year.
All right.
So I pulled up two lists.
We love us some Christmas.
Yeah. This is
not like our wives, but we still love it.
Yeah. So here's the thing: the way we do this, we've got listicles, and that's how we decide which movie we're going to watch.
That's
right. And so there had been discussion as to whether we were going to do Christmas horror movies or Christmas rom-coms. All right. So I have two lists.
Oh, okay.
All right. And I figured we could go through a couple of different horror and rom-com ones.
Sure.
And see what's calling us. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, Entertainment Weekly is the only one that I saw that had a rom-com. And so,
how many on the list?
15 horror movies, 18 rom-coms.
Oh, that sounds like a good.
Sound timely?
Yeah.
What do you want to start with? You want to start with rom-coms or with horror?
Horror. I want to start with horror.
Horror.
We'll start end on a lighter note.
Yeah. I was
as it were.
I was I don't know. Some of those rom-coms, they get dicey.
That's right.
I was talking to my brother. We were FaceTiming on Thanksgiving, and he's a joker. He I told him about how Verity had gone to the HorrorCon.
Oh.
In Richmond.
Oh, and tell me more about this on Tuesday too, okay?
Yes, of course. And so,
the FaceTiming with your brother and your family, okay?
I'll have to remember to do that. And so I started telling him the story because I wanted him to know that she'd gone and was like hanging out and talking with the.
Does your brother like horror movies?
No. But I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, so she went to this horror con in the Richmond, and he's like, what con? What kind of con? Horror con. What kind of con? I was like, no, horror.
Oh.
Not horror.
Not horror con?
Not horror con. So that's the one I went to.
Ooh, is there a horror con?
I'm sure there is.
Can you imagine the tables, the craft tables? What are they selling?
I'm sure there's like adult video conferences, right?
I'm sure there
gotta be. If we lived in any state other than Virginia, we might be able to.
The variety of lube that must be available at that con.
How many spices? Many spices.
Exactly.
All right, so the 15 best Christmas horror movies according to Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, wow. They're certainly experts.
All right.
It's right there in the name.
Yeah. Here you go. Here's one that you've not seen, but I have.
Okay.
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
1974 Black Christmas.
Yeah, I would expect that. Slasher picture.
Yeah.
I feel like the slasher pictures, they just don't embody the spirit of Christmas.
Well, giving
that knife right in the abdomen. Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
It's better to give than receive.
It's gift wrap.
Right?
It does have all of those bright Christmas colors. Red.
red.
A little bit of red.
A little bit more red. Now, here's one
that's Santa's favorite color, so yeah.
Here's one. Even they are saying that they don't think this technically is a Christmas horror movie.
Okay.
Because it doesn't take place at Christmas.
All right.
But they're saying The Thing. I think probably just because it's so cold. Is that what this is about?
That's so dumb. There's snow, therefore Christmas.
Yeah.
Man, they are stretching.
Yeah.
They're like we wanted a 15 number list, and we had to really stretch to get 15 of these things. Yeah, not a lot of.
But we can't count The Thing like. Oh, they're counting. I'm counting. Man, I went from 1. I'm counting it down.
So Black Christmas is number 1.
Number 1, and The Thing is number 2.
Well,
that's pretty jackass.
I tell you what, keep going.
Yeah, we'll see
in this direction because I don't think it matters much.
I don't think. Number 3 on this list: Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984.
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
All right.
Tell me what this is about because I know this, but I can't remember.
So this says, Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year, according to young Billy's supposedly senile grandfather, who warns the 5-year-old that Santa doesn't just reward little children, he punishes the bad ones. That premonition rings true when his parents are slaughtered by a carjacker dressed as old Saint Nick himself, just hours later. So we got carjackers.
Because they're bad people, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Condemning the toddler into further moral compass trauma at an orphanage run by a domineering Mother Superior nun from hell. Yeah. So
it's a psychological drama.
Well,
he becomes a killer, doesn't he?
Maybe. But once a now grown Billy is forced into the red suit by his retail job, his Santa snaps, becoming the judge, jury, and executioner of the naughty or nice list.
Ah.
Yeah, it's got animatronics. Yeah. Irresistibly exaggerated 80s acting.
I gotta see this thing. This is going on the list, man, of stuff for me to watch.
Yeah, it features a hanging by holiday lights, decapitation via sleigh ride, and impalement by a reindeer.
Wow, this is like Thanksgiving, that movie.
Yeah.
With all the over-the-top murders.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've heard of this. I've never seen it, though.
How about number 4 on this list? Jack Frost, 1997. So this is not the Michael Keaton Jack Frost.
No, but it is a murderous snowman.
Yeah.
I do know this one. I've not seen this one either, but...
Yeah.
So that counts as a monster movie. That might be one to watch.
What, Jack Frost?
Jack Frost. I mean, a murderous snowman is still sort of a monster, right?
Yeah. Just
he has
turn
an
up your air
obvious.
conditioning.
He has an obvious weakness. Space heaters.
Yeah. Blow dryers.
Yeah.
Anything.
Exactly.
This cult classic tells the tale of a serial killer
High blood pressure.
Sweaters.
Exactly.
This cult classic tells the tale of a serial killer who is transformed into a murderous snowman when his prison transport collides with a genetics truck full of experimental lab acid.
Even this is like Marvel Comics science.
What are you talking about? DC has this kind of stuff.
Well,
this is the Flash. This is how the Flash.
Cosmic rays, radioactive gunk gives you super senses. This kind of thing. Like genetic equipment turns you into a snowman. What's genetic about a snowman?
It's experimental lab acid. Excuse me.
That turns you into a creature made of frozen water. I mean, come on.
All right, number 5 on this list. I think I might put Jack Frost there at pretty high on this list.
That's one to watch. Yep.
Number 5, Inside, 2007.
That's not a Christmas horror movie. That's a porn.
New wave French horror films are not for the faint of heart.
New wave. All right, that description's got all the words.
Movies like High Tension and Martyrs would have even Eli Roth wetting his knickers. And Inside is no exception. Brutal, savage, and gory, this movie follows a home invasion on Christmas Eve where a mysterious woman tries to steal an unborn baby right out from another woman's pregnant belly. Right out from another woman's pregnant belly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds Christmassy.
Yeah. It says, with more twists than a candy cane, Inside is a gut-wrenching nightmare if you have the stomach for it. Candy canes only have one twist.
I think it goes all the way around, all the way down, but...
Oh, maybe I was thinking the bend.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. No, I don't know. You make up a good point. But it says if you have the stomach for it, guess what?
I don't have the stomach for that. No, I don't want to see pregnant. No.
I'm not sure how the Christmas... I mean, this could have happened on any night.
Yes.
I don't know that whereas the Christmas thing sort of even plays into that. So maybe it's because it's French New Wave.
Yeah. Number 6 on this list, Rare Exports, a Christmas Tale.
A fantastic Rare Exports. So much dong.
Well, I gotta read what it says about this. It says, this Finnish horror action comedy is a unique breed. Walking the line between various genres, the artful and twisted tale explores the mythos of Santa Claus when an archaeological dig deep in a frozen mountain unearths what they believe to be the original Santa. It's a dark fantasy that has slayed reindeers, missing children, and a grimly funny take on the legend you thought you knew. By the way, when we went to the Narrow to watch the Fight Club, they were talking about, like, they make an announcement, oh, here's what's coming in December. They were going through and everybody was cheering for all the movies. Rare Exports. The guy who was making the announcements was like, I don't know. And I'm like, Rare Exports! Yay! So much dong.
Do you like dong?
Do you like Finnish
You gotta
dong?
watch this if you like dong.
Do you have a dog? Do you have a dog?
You have a big dog? Do you have a dong? Do you have a big dong?
Well, some of them
Because
do.
these old guys do.
Number 7 on this list, Krampus, 2015.
Krampus. You haven't seen that one, have you?
I have not seen that.
Yeah, that one's actually a really cool. It's like it's supposed to be like a dark comedy, but it's really just a straight up horror flick.
Uh-huh.
It just has it's full of comic actors. You know, it's weird, but
It's got Adam Scott, Toni Collette in it.
yep,
Yeah.
it's got a good cast. It's a pretty cool movie.
Yeah.
I bought it on physical media, so I got it out there. But
All right, number 8 on here, A Christmas Horror Story from 2015.
okay,
Have you heard of this?
no,
Wow. What do the Krampus, a horde of undead elves, bloodthirsty changelings, and William Shatner have in
this
common?
is the anthology movie.
Is it?
I think so.
No, they're all part of the horror anthology, connected
yeah.
loosely through a framework featuring Shatner hosting a radio show.
Yeah. I've never watched it because it's an anthology movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, we'll skip that one. Although it does have a pretty cool looking Krampus.
Yeah. Isn't there a? Oh yeah. Might be worth watching just to see that guy.
Yeah. All you got to do is watch one. Just watch that part.
Yeah. Which one is the one with Krampus in it?
It might be the one called Krampus.
Yeah.
Number 9 on here, Better Watch Out, 2016.
That is a great title for a Christmas horror movie.
If you've ever wondered what Home Alone would be like with an R rating, then look no further than Better Watch Out. It's one of those movies where the less you know, the better, because the wild sleigh ride will keep you on your toes. Blending dark comedy with some truly horrific moments, it's a complex and psychotic game of mousetrap when a boy and his babysitter encounter an uninvited visitor. So hang the stockings in the paint cans, and don't forget to lock the doors.
I might have to watch that.
Yeah.
That's right there with Silent Night, Deadly Night.
All right, here's one that may go straight to the top of our list.
Okay.
All right? 2017, Anna and the Apocalypse.
I've heard of this. Yes.
A feel-good Scottish Christmas zombie musical?
That's right. I forgot it was a musical.
Splicing Shaun of the Dead with High School Musical, a group of teens fight for survival when they get separated from their loved ones during a zombie outbreak.
I've heard about this. This is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's number 10 on this list. So, it's got to be something.
Yep.
All right, number 11, The Lodge, 2019's.
The Lodge. You have to tell me what that's about. I have no idea.
This superb, slow-melting psychological horror film about an unnerved woman who spends a few days alone with her new fiancé's children sees The Shining's cabin fever with an added dose of modern surrealism. Any of that sound?
I remember watching the trailer about this.
The Lodge takes its time building a tense atmosphere of suspense and delirium set in a remote winter cabin just days before Christmas.
Yep.
The sole survivor of a suicide cult she was raised in, Kiao's Grace trades PTSD for the PTA as the movie raises the question, is she losing her mind, or are children just terrible?
Does it have to be one or the other?
Yeah, it doesn't
could
have
be
to be
both.
either.
It's a bad combination.
Yeah.
Nah, that's right out. I mean, the trailer looked...
I would much rather listen to the feel-good Scottish Christmas zombie music.
Exactly.
I'd much rather see that.
Yep.
Number 12, Silent Night, 2021. This is a Keira Knightley and Matthew Good movie.
Silent Night is a common title for a bunch of these things. Like the best Punisher movie that was never made was a Silent Night movie, yeah.
In the wake of a global catastrophe where a poisonous cloud is killing everything alive, a group of family and friends gather for one last night of revelry. The merriment is interrupted when debate arises over whether or not to take government-provided exit pills for a painless death just before the gas arrives. Selfishness, suicide, and Scrabble are fair game because all become calm before all becomes calm and not so bright.
Scrabble, huh?
Scrabble.
Yeah.
Number 13 on this list, Gremlins, 1984.
Okay, yes.
The horror movie.
That is.
Clearly a horror movie.
Well, horror comedy, which never works.
Yeah.
I can't say never. Rarely works. Did not work in this movie. Yeah.
Number 14, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Not a horror movie.
I don't think that's a horror movie.
No.
That's not. No.
It's the feel-good movie of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's almost the last one on the list, or the furthest away from number one.
Well, number 15 on here, A Christmas Carol. This is Robert Zemeckis' Jim Carrey version.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, the animated one with the dead eyes.
Yes.
It's truly frightening.
Yeah. But this basically says you could pick kind of any of them. You've got...
Because they're ghost stories.
Yeah, you got Scrooged. You got Charles Dickens.
Yeah, but they're not scary. They're not horror movies. Yeah.
No.
They're redemptive arc movies.
Yeah, anywhere you are, like the Muppets version, it's not
I know. Anytime the Muppets make a version, it's not a horror film, man.
It's not.
Come on.
It's definitely not.
Man, Entertainment Weekly was really reaching for it.
Man, absolutely. All right, so you want to go to the rom-coms? Mm-hmm. All right, Entertainment Weekly.
I've marked off the ones that I would want to watch if we chose to go the horror route.
Right. Now, this is going to screw me up because they start and they count down here. All right? So they start 18 holiday rom-coms ranked, and they start at 18.
Good.
So
let's do it that way.
We're doing it differently this time.
It's not like we're going to agree with them.
No, of course not.
I don't agree with anybody. That's kind of my thing.
It's kind of a big deal.
I'm kind of a big deal about not agreeing with people.
I've got a reputation.
I do have a reputation.
All right, number 18 on this list, 2011's New Year's Eve. How could that possibly be a Christmas movie called New Year's Eve?
I gotta say, Entertainment Weekly's kind of losing me here. So that one's right out. I don't even think we got to look into that.
All right, so here, Gary Marshall contributed many wonderful things to the world of film and television. His trio of ensemble rom-coms...
This was not one of them.
Well, hold on. His trio of ensemble rom-coms, each centered on a different holiday, include Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, is not one of them. The second of these was 2011's New Year's Eve, a mind-numbingly shallow effort that followed the December 31 adventures of dull characters.
But this is on their list of best of?
It says best of. 18 holiday rom-coms ranked.
This list was written by someone who does not like rom-coms.
Yeah, it says
He's like, since they're all shitty, I'm just going to put the shittier ones on this list.
Yeah, this is a little less shitty. Bah humbug.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 17 on this list, 200 Cigarettes.
I've heard of that.
Like New Year's Eve, 200 Cigarettes is a very bad ensemble rom-com with a very great ensemble. This time including Paul Rudd, Dave Chappelle, Courtney Love, Kate Hudson, Ben and Casey Affleck, and Janine Garofalo. Yeah.
How is it Christmas?
Risa Bramman Garcia's late 90s effort just edges out the former film, however, because when it comes down to two movies with no personality whatsoever, indie mediocrity will always have at least a sliver more soul than glossy studio schlock. So congratulations, 200 Cigarettes. A happy new year to you.
It doesn't tell you anything about what the movie's about.
No, it says this movie intertwines a bunch of New York stories on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So again...
New Year's. Not Christmas. Yeah. Dude, I think...
Entertainment TV.
Yeah, I think you're kind of missing the holiday point here.
Yeah.
Yes, I appreciate they're right next to each other. Yeah. But they are not the same holiday. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Do you know why they call it New Year's Eve?
Because it's a different thing. Exactly. You know why they call it New Year's Eve and not Christmas Eve? Because it's a different day.
You know why they didn't call it Jesus Day? There's a reason.
Yeah. There's a lot less kissing at midnight on Jesus Day.
That's right.
Number 16, Just Friends from 2005.
Okay.
The first actual Christmas rom-com on our list. So this is Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
This is where he was fat as a kid and came back.
That's right. I didn't know that. Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it happens at a Christmas. Yeah.
I gotcha. Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Relying primarily on jokes about weight for its humor and Chris's sense of entitlement for its love story, Just Friends is as unromantic and uncomedic as a rom-com can be.
I probably didn't age well. It's like Shallow Hal.
I love this. Like, whoever did this was like, I hate all people.
Why did you give me this assignment? I hate holidays and I hate rom-coms.
And I hate you for making me do it.
I'm just going to write some
You're
garbage.
going to hate this list. Number 15 on our list, Four Christmases.
I've heard of this one.
2008. Yeah. This is Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn. Might be interesting to watch just for the Vince Vaughn of the whole thing.
Exactly. Isn't this the one where they end up getting scheduled for 4?
Yes.
Christmas is like all the families want them to come over.
Yeah.
So they have to figure out how to get it all in.
Man, I got to see who wrote this. Mary Solosi.
Man. She's a sourpuss right there. Man.
Well, here's what she says about this. In this comedy, Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn play a stubbornly unmarried couple that takes an exotic vacation
That's right.
every Christmas in order to avoid spending time with family. One year, their families find out their flight has been canceled, so they are forced to visit each of their 4 divorced parents on Christmas Day, which in turn forces them to reveal to each other who they really are and confront some hard truths about their relationship.
Right.
Technically, Seth Gordon's Four Christmases is a holiday romantic comedy, but somehow this cynical flick is utterly devoid of the cheer that typically comes with the season or the genre.
I'm down. I'm in on this one. After having watched Bad Monkey, I can just see like Vince talking.
Yeah, absolutely.
That cynical shit. The humor. You might have to be a certain type of person to appreciate. Yeah. That sort of.
Listen, we both watched Bad Monkey.
Right.
The guy is a funny, he's a charismatic person. I would not want to be in a relationship with him at any point. No matter what character he's playing in a movie, right. I do not want to be in a relationship with that guy.
Well, I get it. Rosa was the perfect person to be in a relationship with him because in Bad Monkey, his comments were never pointed. Like they weren't insulting. Right. He was just kind of in a broad sense joking about the situation.
Right. He'd had enough of people's
on
bullshit.
A scale of 1 to 10, how much trouble I'm in? 1 million. A million. You couldn't just say 10. Like 10, I wouldn't know that it's bad from 10. So that's not insulting anyone it's just like making fun of how it went down. So
yeah,
very good.
Number 14 on this list, Love Hard from 2021. I watched this movie.
I did too, but I don't think it was the same one.
It
had lots of naked women in it.
I think that was Hard Live.
I didn't really watch that.
This is the movie where the girl gets catfished and decides to show up, and they finds out that the guy.
It was the precursor to Thelma, then.
Kind of, yeah. But she shows up at the guy's house. And he comes down, and he's clearly not the same guy. But the guy who had been catfishing her had been using pictures from one of the friends he has in this town. And so she wants him to hook her up with the actual hot guy.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Not a great movie.
No. Hot guy hookup is what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
So that I can remember these. So far, not necessarily memorable. Although Four Christmases, I've heard of this movie.
Yeah.
And I like Vince Vaughn enough to maybe want to watch it. I'm not a big fan of Reese Witherspoon, so
Well, I mean, at least with this, the reviews are starting to get less acerbic.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
This movie sucks.
I'm not even sure. I only put this on there because my boss likes this movie.
This is such a shit genre. I couldn't find 18 good movies.
Yeah. All right, number 13 on our list, 2019's Last Christmas, where we got Khaleesi singing.
Oh, yeah, this is the recent one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad she wasn't selling her soul to get this at the top of the list. Yeah.
Co-written by Emma Thompson, who also has a supporting role, the dramedy definitely isn't a new classic. Well, maybe ironically. But the appealing leads and wham soundtrack made this piece of wacky holiday schmaltz go down just fine. See, so you can see it's starting to get
yeah. But
she's turning the corner.
I like her strategy. I like that how she was just like, I want to make the juxtaposition between the shitty movies so that when I get into the good stuff, you can really feel...
It gives her some journalistic cred.
Integrity. There's some integrity there. I don't think so.
Couldn't you just say, I only found 15 movies?
Yeah, exactly. Why did I have to...
What's so magical about 18?
I had to add 3 crappy ones just to get it to 18, the magic 18.
Yeah, that's not even a prime number.
Exactly.
All right. Number 12, Single All the Way, 2021. I saw this too. This was actually a pretty fun movie.
Okay. Who's in it?
It's got Kathy Najimy.
Okay.
Let's see. Michael Urie. You probably.
So is it like, other than Kathy and Jimmy, not really any known people in it?
No.
Yeah.
This is LGBTQ friendly. Like it's a gay guy. I think he's just trying to stay single, and through some hijink.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Here's the description. All right. It was about time for someone to reclaim the phrase "make the Yuletide gay." And Netflix surprisingly delivered. Michael Mayer's Hallmark-esque LGBTQ holiday flick stars Michael Urie as Peter, an unhappily single man who persuades his best friend Nick to fake being his boyfriend when he visits his family for the holidays. Yet fails to follow through once he discovers his mother set him up on a date with her brawny spin instructor. However, not enough spinning lessons can make Peter fit as well as he does with Nick. Yeah.
I see. So this is a twist on all of those movies where your perfect mate is your best friend.
Yeah.
And you just don't see it.
Yeah.
Until it's too late. It's a little tricky with a gay couple, in all honesty, right?
Why would a gay couple be any different?
Well, it's a smaller dating pool, I think. So, you know, if you're already in that sort of a relationship with them, you would wonder why they wouldn't ever consider dating each other. But
well, I would tell you, quite honestly, I remember watching this movie, but it was entirely forgettable.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember much other than, he was a gay guy who was trying to
not get in a relationship.
Yeah, not be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And of course he ends up in a relationship. That's what these things do.
I can't believe they forced him to do that against his will.
Yeah.
What happened to freedom of choice, man?
Number 11, The Family Stone from 2005.
I've heard of this one.
So have I. I've never actually watched it, though.
What's it about? I'm going to assume it's about the Family Stone, but I don't want to be too obvious.
In Thomas Bazooka's...
Great name, man.
Yeah. Bezucha. Okay. Bazooka. Like, that's how you pronounce that.
I would think you would have.
Bezucha? Bezucha? I say bazooka.
Bezuka. No, bazooka. I think it's better to pronounce it your way, but...
Yeah. In Thomas Bazooka's family dramedy, when Everett brings his uptight girlfriend Meredith to his liberal family's house for Christmas, they're bohemian because everyone calls the priest by their first names. Poorly sketched family dysfunction and contrived misunderstandings ensue. Diane Keaton and Craig T. Nelson are great as Everett's parents, but despite Parker's best efforts, Meredith is so absurdly, impossibly stiff that it's hard to believe she has a capacity to connect with another person enough to even have a relationship, much less one serious enough to inspire holiday travel. Man. All right, so she took a little detour back to the angry.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a complex.
I'm having a difficult figuring out how to how she's ranking these things. Right. They're all stupid, and I hate them all. That's number 1 on this. Number 10 on this list, Serendipity from 2001.
Now, one of your favorite movies.
I do like Serendipity.
Was it? I don't remember you ever saying it was a Christmas movie. Or,
yeah,
it is. It's like that's when they get back together.
Right. Well, they met at Christmas, and later on they get back together.
Didn't they have some kind of deal about meeting up again at Christmas?
No, it was just like she was really a believer in signs.
So she
if it was meant to be,
we'll find each other again.
Right. And so he
what
writes
a load of crap.
Yeah.
Is that Kate Beckinsale?
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
So he loves the book, Life in the Time of Cholera or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he's got the day that they meet, they have this great day. They don't tell each other their names though. So
because that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. And so they have this great date, and at the end of the night,
names.
No,
like I'm going to call you Bazooka, and you're going to call me,
But at the end of the date, the end of the day, it's not even like a date. She's like, if it's meant to be, I'm going to write my name in this copy of Love in the Time of Cholera, and I'm going to take it to a bookstore and I'm going to sell it. And if you find it, then it'll be meant to be. And she's like, you need to write your name and phone number on a dollar bill and go buy some gum. And if I find that dollar bill, then it's meant to be. And of course, it's all contrivances. It's all contrivances.
But every time he goes to a bookstore, he's
looking for the book.
Yeah.
And so there's a time jump, like 6 years or something, and like he's about to get married, and he's yearning, like he's having cold feet, and he's going through all this stuff. So yeah, it's fun. It's all right. Let's see what she says about it,
because he's like, it was such a fantastic day, and she's beautiful, but what a bunch of hippy dippy bullshit. Gonna marry this chick.
Yeah, she seems stable.
So stable.
How about this? All right, but I do want to read what she says, just to see how horrible she thinks this movie is.
Exactly.
When two people, John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale, meet so cute trying to buy the same pair of gloves at Bloomingdale's over the holidays, they decide the logical thing to do is to write their phone numbers on random items, which they then release back into the world. If either of the items finds the other person, then that's destiny, right? Spoiler, it's destiny. It takes them multiple years, a pair of jilted new lovers, and a whole slew of romantic contrivances, but they eventually track each other down again. Peter Chelseam's rom-com is sweet and light, but not destined to be one of the greats.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you liked it, though.
I did like it, yeah. It was,
It was perfectly serviceable.
Perfectly serviceable. Plus, I get to stare at Kate Beckinsale. Yeah. Before she became all angular and stuff. I don't know.
Well, I gotta watch Black Doves because I can't remember.
All right, 9 on this list. Last Holiday, 2006. This is Queen Latifah and LL Cool J.
Okay, I vaguely remember this coming out.
Yeah.
I don't think I was the target audience, so...
Probably. Well, it sounds like a really uplifting movie.
Okay.
When she receives a terminal diagnosis right before Christmas...
Great start.
Georgia Bird, Queen Latifah, quits her thankless job and blows her savings on her dream European vacation. With the focus primarily on George's personal journey rather than her shy romance with a co-worker. Here's the thing. I've not seen this, but I'm betting... It was a false diagnosis. Of course. It was a false diagnosis.
That's going to be my guess.
Wayne Wang's rom-com is somewhat low on a love story and high on predictable plot devices, but who are we to complain when a Latifah is clearly having so much fun? All right.
If you say so.
Yeah, sure. Number 8 on this list, While You Were Sleeping from 1995.
Yep.
This is the Sandra Bullock, dude's in a coma and she makes up the whole relationship. Is that what this story is?
That's it. It ends up falling in love with the brother. She's only into what's his name because he's so good looking in his coma.
Yeah, Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman is the brother. Bill Pullman is the brother.
Yeah, who is the
can't remember the name of the actor. I got a picture of him in my head, but
yeah, I don't know.
A very good looking guy. Very full sensual lips.
Yeah. Sandra Bullock stars in John Turteltaub's While You Were Sleeping as Lucy, a train token collector. Talk about a job that no one has anymore. A train token collector.
That's right. It's all been mechanized.
Yeah. Who has developed a crush from afar on a regular commuter.
Peter Gallagher, I think, was the coma patient.
Okay.
Yeah.
One day she saves him from an oncoming train and then lies, saying she's his fiancée so that the hospital will let her see him while he's in a coma. Keeping up the charade for his... Charade?
No, I like charade. I liked how you said charade. As soon as you said charade, I'm like, ooh, charade.
Because I'm fancy. Keeping up the charade for his entire family, Lucy spends Christmas with them and eventually falls for his brother. If you hate rom-coms built on one big lie, this basically sounds like your worst nightmare. But wait!
But wait a minute! There's more!
Frustrating as the premise is, Bullock saves it from being a painful exercise in digging oneself deeper, and she has authentic chemistry with Pullman.
Yeah. She's good in rom-coms.
Yes,
so,
of course.
You know.
Like she was genetically developed in a lab to be in rom-coms.
To be in rom-coms
in the 80s and 90s.
She can pull even an awkward premise off pretty well. She's ultimately likable. So yeah.
All right. So happiest season 2020. Clea Duvall's film puts a long overdue spin on the mainstream Home for Christmas story. Harper, played by Mackenzie Davis, brings her girlfriend, Abby, played by Kristen Stewart, to her parents' house for the holidays, even though Harper is not out to her conservative family.
This seems like a bad idea.
Probably. Yeah. Well, what rom-coms are based on good ideas. Ask.
You bring up a good point.
Just ask Sandra Bullock.
It's a rom-com. Let's do something incredibly stupid.
Yeah. It'll all work out in the third act. After some real...
I secretly want to be outed. I'm going to bring my girlfriend and tell everybody she's my friend so we can have all these awkward moments.
Yeah. Happiest season was a little too painful to be very funny, though Dan Levy as Abby's friend and Mary Steenburgen as Harper's mother really carry the team as far as the film's humor goes. But what it lacks in comedy, it makes up for in sincerity. And that's what the holidays are really about, right?
Oh, you are selling this hard, man. Jeez. I'm beginning to see what her viewpoint is.
I don't know.
I suspect she may be LGBTQ herself.
I'm wondering if Bride of Chucky is on here.
Well, if not, it should be. And if that's a Christmas movie, it should have been on the horror list, man.
It definitely should have been. The Best Man's Holiday, 2013. Number 6 on this list. The follow-up to 1999's The Best Man reunites the film's ensemble cast almost 15 years later for Malcolm D. Lee's Yuletide sequel. As the guys are struggling either financially or emotionally, aren't we all?
The two kind of go together, don't they?
Yeah, when Morris Chestnut's character's wife gets the gang back together to spend Christmas at the couple's palatial home. Yeah.
Palatial.
Yeah, I do love palatial.
This is a high-end episode for us. Charade, palatial.
Palatial? Well, I'm just reading.
But all the big words are coming out, man.
Yeah. Number 5 on this list, 2006, The Holiday.
The Holiday?
What do you think of that movie?
I don't know that I'm the holiday. I'm a holiday.
You've seen The Holiday, though, right?
Nope.
Kate Winslet? Cameron Diaz?
Cameron Diaz. No.
The switcheroo where they switch houses?
No.
Cameron Diaz goes to England. Kate Winslet comes to America.
Oh, I've heard of this. No, didn't watch it.
It's a fun movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Jack Black in all of his Jack Blackiness,
At his Jack Blackiest.
Yeah.
Jack Black with all his Jack Blackness.
Yeah.
Mira wants to watch the Dear Santa.
Oh, the Jack Black
where
Satan one?
He's Satan.
Yeah. That might be something to do.
It's some typecasting, but...
Well, I'll be drinking in December, so maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe.
I'm down for that. Hey, that crosses the line into horror and romance. No,
do you think he's going to fall?
He's hanging out with a kid. Gross.
Well, it would be in keeping with Satan.
That's true. That's very true.
Two jilted women on different sides of the globe spontaneously swap houses for 2 weeks at Christmas in Nancy Meyer's light, charming double romance.
Spontaneously.
Yeah. Both characters.
Do they meet on a train and they each want to kill the other person's spouse? You think that's it?
This is early days of the internet, 2006. They go on a house swapping website.
I see.
Yeah. Both characters unexpectedly, seriously, it's so very unexpected, find love in their new surroundings via Jack Black and Jude Law. Listen, if I'm a woman and I have to fall in love with Jack Black or Jude Law, I'm probably going with Jude Law.
I would think that
would Jude Law.
Maybe. Jack Black, so charming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 4 on the list, You've Got Mail, 1998.
Yeah. That's a great one. Classic. We're not even going to go into that one because if you don't know what You've Got Mail is about, it's one of those classics. It was the Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, the height of her America's Sweetheart power.
Oh, man, and she was America's Sweetheart, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. Man. She was in all the stuff, all the things.
This was back when Tom Hanks could do no wrong, right? Actually, has he ever really done anything wrong?
Joe versus the Volcano was
that is a fantastic movie.
that was a huge.
Shut your mouth.
That thing was a flop and a half.
Well, he was just in Here too, which was a big flop. So,
but everything's a flop these days.
Yeah,
that's you can't really put that on Tom Hanks when everything is flopping hard.
He was in the Polar Express. That was pretty bad.
That was the first movie with dead eyes. That's true. That's true.
No, I don't think that was the first.
I'm not sure why that wasn't on the Christmas horror movie list.
so many dead eyes. It would have been if this woman had been writing that list.
It's called the Polar Express of Corpses.
that the Christmas horror movie list.
I want this woman to do the horror movie list.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3, Bridget Jones' Diary from 2001.
No, I didn't. See, it's funny. I did not realize a lot of these were Christmas movies.
Opening with Colin Firth in a hideous reindeer sweater and ending with him in an equally offensive snowman tie. Sharon Maguire's...
offensive seems the wrong word.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be in poor taste without being actually offensive.
Yeah.
Did it have like a penis on it or something? How does it offend you? Like, you know what I mean?
It's snowman tie.
Yeah, exactly.
This movie follows a year in the life of its protagonist.
Carrie's not supposed to be there.
And is bookended by the holidays.
Okay. So not really a Christmas movie. Just has some Christmas stuff in it. It's like calling Harry Potter a Christmas movie.
Sometimes Bridget's talent for humiliating herself is really too much to bear, but Bridget Jones' Diary is still one of the greats, because if there's any sight on earth that can warm a cold, grinchy heart, it's Colin Firth and Hugh Grant trading blows in the middle of a snowy London street.
Well, and she should know.
She's a bit of a
Grinch.
She got a cold, grinchy heart.
Exactly.
Number 2 on our list, Love Actually, 2003.
Yeah, that's a classic.
This is basically like an anthology movie. It's just a bunch of overlapping stories.
Yeah, they're just kind of mixing together and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good flick, but not one I'm interested in watching again. Because I don't like anthologies. What can I say? Number 1, I can't wait to hear what Cold Grinchy Heart, like her favorite Christmas rom-com is.
Well, this is at least they've kind of covered everything. It's not just from the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's clearly not like, hey, you should watch this movie on Netflix right now, you know?
Exactly. This is the new thing that came out. I wrote this whole list just to sell this one stupid show.
That's why there's 18 things on this list, because I had to get this one in.
Exactly.
Netflix is paying my bills.
I wanted to hide it. I wanted to make it not so obvious.
Well, I'm guessing, here's the one that I'm seeing that's missing, and I don't think it's going to be number 1 on this list.
Okay.
Your Christmas or Mine.
Well, this is the thing. These are all released in the theater types of movies, I think.
Maybe
that was a streaming movie.
Maybe, but
we may want to do our own list of, or look at I was kind of thinking we do a list where what's coming out this year. There's always 100 Hallmark movies.
Hey, we got time.
Yep,
we can do that. Number 1 on this list: When Harry Met Sally. Holiday, holiday movie more than anything else.
Yeah. I mean,
it culminates at New Year's Eve again. This is a bookended list.
I think this woman she's got a fixation.
Someone needs to buy her a calendar.
That's a great flick, but it takes place over 10 years or something. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really about delis.
And all of the hijinks that happen in delis.
In delis, that's right. Yeah. So sexy.
Yeah. All right, well, let me see. Christmas.
That's got to be the best fake on-air orgasm, bar none. I mean, you can go into all the pornos, and I'm still going to put that one at the top of the list.
All right, Christmas rom-coms coming out in 2024.
Uh-huh.
There are many Christmas rom-coms coming out in 2024, including movies on Netflix, Hallmark, and BET+.
Uh-huh.
Whew, let's see. A festive guide to this year's Netflix holiday rom-coms?
Sure, why not?
This is from Time Magazine.
Okay.
According to this, it will take me 12 minutes to read this article.
That's only if I don't stop you to make fun of stuff.
Yeah.
Which seems unlikely.
So these are not in order, I guess, because it has Hot Frosty first.
Yes. Well, you mentioned Hot Frosty. You watched the trailer for Hot Frosty, didn't you?
Of course, man. How can you not watch a trailer for a movie called Hot Frosty?
No, you got to.
You gotta watch
In fact, I think we got to watch Hot Frosty.
We might have to watch Hot Frosty. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here's another one. Our Little Secret. It's Lindsay Lohan Netflix movie.
Well,
she's kind of become the Netflix Christmas thing, right?
Just from that, because she had that one that was a pretty big hit, where she fell down, lost her memory, kind of thing. She was a bitchy.
But didn't she have
socialite.
another one that she had a Christmas wish and got to see what her life would have been like if she had married the other guy or something?
I don't know that one, but maybe. Because that one where she fell down and hit her head and forgot who she was, it was Overboard, essentially, just Christmas. That might have been 2 years ago. I can't really remember. But
all right.
What was this Lindsay Lohan one called?
Our Little Secret. I just watched Purview for this, in fact. This is...
she's had too much work done,
yeah,
in my opinion. I thought she was just gorgeous, and then now she looks a little artificial.
She Kate Beckinsale it up.
Exactly. Don't be talking about my Kate Beckinsale like that. How dare you, sir?
Like she's on your list. Well, she is on your list because everybody's on your list.
Not anymore.
This movie is about Lindsay Lohan is going to her boyfriend's house for Christmas. And it's the first time she's meeting the family, and the boyfriend's sister or something brings her new boyfriend.
Okay.
And it just so happens that Lindsay Lohan and the boyfriend know each other. Okay. And he had proposed to her
in the
10 years
sense.
earlier.
Oh, okay.
And so they're trying to keep it a secret to not blow
suitably low stakes. Yeah.
Yeah, except they're going to end up together. You know that, right?
The old boyfriend and her.
Yeah,
probably
that's how these things go.
They're going to discover they really had a connection.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to find out why she turned him down. And it's not going to be a good reason.
This is a good. I like this list.
She had an STD or something.
This little list, I like it because it goes through what holiday movie tropes does it have? It's got a deceased family member, dysfunctional family gathering, impossibly upscale kitchen, sassy grandma,
impossibly upscale kitchen. I like that.
Secret Santa chaos. Yeah. All right.
It's ranked on that, right? Do they have little icons, little emblems?
No, it's got a final verdict there. Final verdict on that. While there are some comedy set pieces in Our Little Secret that will make you LOL. Come on.
Don't grimace at that. That's fine.
In particular, a church reading gone wrong that allows Lohan to show off why she has always been such a good comic dynamo. The film puts so much of its focus on the comedy that it short shrifts the love story. This friends to lovers to enemies back to friends again romance ends up feeling a bit too generic, even for a holiday film. Come on. Is there such a thing?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
How about this? The Merry Gentleman.
The Merry Gentleman, okay.
To help save her family's failing music venue, former dancer Ashley, played by Britt Robertson, puts together an all-male holiday review led by the small town's local handyman, Chad Michael Murray. So, hot male dancers for Christmas?
Is this the Full Monty?
I guess.
Christmas Full Monty?
Well, let's see. Holiday movie tropes in this? Fired for Christmas, small town bias, accidental intimacy, choreographed dance numbers.
I think they call accidental intimacy a sexual assault.
All right, so they actually describe these things.
Yeah.
Accidental intimacy. They say Ashley and Luke are just two co-workers until they share a slow dance that would definitely need to be disclosed to HR. This spicy interaction even leads to another holiday romance trope: the interrupted kiss.
The interrupted kiss. I love the interrupted kiss. That shows an actor and actress's acting chops. Yeah. If they can really pull off the interrupted kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's just obviously faked up, but sometimes it's pretty where
they clearly are waiting for the interruption.
Exactly.
Final verdict on this. The Merry Gentleman is a bit more raunchy than the rest of the movies on this list, thanks to all the shirtless pelvic thrusting. But it's full of both muscles and heart, which makes it a titillating Christmas spectacle.
Yeah. It's when you can talk your wife into watching.
Yes. Let's see. Meet Me Next Christmas. On Christmas Eve, while stuck in an airport lounge, Layla believes she has met the man of her dreams. When she finds herself suddenly single a year later, she attempts to make good on the plan they had to reconnect at a Pentatonics concert in New York City. With help from Teddy, a kind Pentatonics-loving personal concierge, think a real-life Santa's elf, she embarks on a wild holiday goose chase to find a last-minute ticket and prove to herself that fate really does exist.
That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, it says this is for fans of Serendipity, Christmas with You, Love Hard, Something from Tiffany's. So,
yeah.
Maybe.
Yep. First thing I thought of was Serendipity. Yep.
Yeah.
And I haven't even seen it.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Those are the ones that are on Netflix.
Just the 3 of them?
I guess.
That's cool, though. That's
Let's
fine.
see. A Festive Guide.
No, 4 of them, son.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot Hot Frosty.
12 new Christmas...
How could I forget Hot Frosty?
Here we go. 12 new Christmas movies to check out in 2024. This is cosmopolitan.com. All right.
Well known for loving the holiday romances.
Yeah. So, here we go. Meet Me Next Christmas, which is the one we just talked about.
Right.
A Sudden Case of Christmas.
All right.
Well, it has one thing, without going any further, I know that it has going for it.
Okay.
It's got the great Danny DeVito in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was going to say, a few antibiotics might clear this up.
Andy McDowell and Danny DeVito star in A Sudden Case of Christmas. It's about a family who are dealing with an impending divorce, but a couple of relatives hatch a plan to keep the marriage intact while celebrating what could be one final Christmas together. Well, a fake Christmas in the middle of summer, to be more specific. Listen, if I've known, listen, I'm a 52-year-old man. Right. The one thing I've learned, impending divorces, you don't try to get those folks back together.
No.
Like, let it play out.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that you just haven't been hot and Christmassy enough. Just stop it. Yeah.
Write your name in a copy of Love in the Time of Cholera. See what happens.
Yeah, eventually it'll make its way back to him. The best Christmas pageant ever?
Oh, yeah.
Which we pointedly decided not to go see in a movie theater.
Yep.
Christmas Eve in Miller's Point.
Seems very location specific.
Yeah. A family comes together for Christmas at their matriarch's home for what could be the last time before the house is sold in Christmas Eve in Miller's Point. Various generations experience the reunion differently, from a rebellious teens to aging grandparents. Casts include Elise Fisher, Michael Cera, Francesca Scorsese, and Sawyer Spielberg. Wow. Yes, daughter of the Scorsese and son of that Spielberg. Hot Frosty! Keep showing up now.
Well, Hot Frosty with a bullet, man. I'm almost like, how could we not watch Hot Frosty?
How to best put this? The veterinarian boyfriend from Schitt's Creek is a snowman come to life who falls for Gretchen Wieners from Mean Girls. Yes, really. A magic scarf turns a snowman into a real guy. A Hot Frosty, if you will. All right, here's one. Red One.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah.
It was worth a look. Perfectly serviceable.
Yeah. Chris Evans and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson star in Red One as a hacker and the North Pole's head of security who have to find Santa Claus after he is kidnapped. Inconveniently, this kidnapping happens on Christmas Eve, not like the middle of April.
He's more than a hacker, man.
Yeah.
He's got Mission Impossible skills.
That he does.
Yeah.
All right, The Merry Gentleman.
Yep. You just talked about that one?
Dear Santa, starring Jack Black.
Yeah. Dear Santa.
This Christmas comedy is based around a spelling mistake. Dear Santa shows what happens when a kid accidentally sends his Christmas letter to Satan instead of Santa. Not great. Jack Black stars as the devil with co-stars including Keegan-Michael Key and Jason Alexander.
I gotta tell you, man, this kid is not a bad speller. He has dyslexia.
Yeah.
Like, you can't spell a 5-letter word. And it's not like you're transposing 2 letters. You got one of the letters, like, 3 letters over. Like, you missed it by a mile there, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was intentional.
Yeah.
That kid's got an agenda. Our little secret? Nutcrackers. What's Nutcrackers? Ben Stiller stars in Nutcrackers as a man who has to go take care of his 4 nephews in rural Ohio after his sister passes away. Fun fact, the nephews are played by 4 real-life siblings. And the movie was filmed in part on their family's farm.
It sounds like it starts with a huge tragedy.
Yeah.
So I might have a hard time coming back for the comedy on that, you know? Like,
well, it's sad Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Is what that is.
It's hilarious, except for the death of the mother.
All right, so there's something called That Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for something that works for even the youngest members of your family, there's That Christmas, an animated movie that tells a series of overlapping Christmas stories. And if you're a fan of Succession, just know that Santa is voiced by Logan Roy himself, Brian Cox.
I think I've seen something about this, but I don't know if it's for me.
Yeah.
It seems like it's for kids.
All right. Here's a thriller set at Christmas.
Ooh.
Carry On.
Mm-hmm.
Less Christmas focused than most of the other movies on our list, Carry On is a thriller that's set at Christmas time. Taron Egerton stars as a TSA employee who is blackmailed into letting a dangerous package onto a flight.
I bet it's a bioweapon.
I don't know.
I'm not interested. All right, let's get a few more and then let's wrap it
That's
up.
it.
Okay,
That's
cool.
Yeah, so we got to decide rom-com or horror. Where are we going?
I feel like Hot Frosty went to the top of the list with a bullet. You know what I mean? Can't help it. Although, all right.
That movie's going to be so bad.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. So on the horror side, I was down for Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Okay.
Which is seems like a heavy watch, so that might be at the end of the list. Mm-hmm. Jack Frost.
It's a campy craziness.
Monster movie. Better Watch Out, and I think top of the list with a bullet, Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I were going to choose a horror movie, I think that's the one.
Anna and the Apocalypse. Yeah.
Let me see if this is streaming anywhere.
Yeah.
By the way, let's just check this stuff out. Streaming Anna and the Apocalypse. Hey, in Australia? No. Tubi, the Roku channel, Pluto TV, Amazon Prime. So
wow, it's all over the place.
It's got some stuff.
Yeah.
Let me look on Amazon just to make sure.
Tubi's got commercials, but if it's on Amazon Prime, straight up.
Let's look. Let's see.
Although, do we have the streaming without the commercials? I'm not sure we do.
Amazon Prime.
That's fun.
How do I search on Amazon Prime? Oh, I guess I do.
Hey, you're the tech guy. Don't ask me.
Apocalypse.
I can barely figure out how to use my remote.
And in the Apocalypse, $0 with a Shudder subscription trial.
Of course. There's always Shudder, but they said it was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they always say,
it's the Shudder that attaches to Amazon Prime, but you have to have a subscription to Shudder.
I could always sign up for the 7-day free trial and end up with Shudder for a year.
That's right. Google is so great, except that it doesn't seem to mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like the things it tells you they're always wrong.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
Roku channel.
From the romance side, there was only one that jumped out at me.
Okay.
Screaming. To be watched, and that was Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn.
Right.
Maybe I'm biased because I just watched Bad Monkey and really enjoyed Vince Vaughn in it, but the rest of these seem like kind of the same old thing.
There's nothing that says we can't watch both of them.
It's true.
We can watch both of those.
That's a game changer. You're right. And then, of course, there are a couple on the.
We could do a movie month for Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. What else are we gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What are we we're gonna watch?
A deep dive on Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
Come on.
No way. Maybe.
We've already decided who the best Santa was.
Yeah.
Clearly.
David Harbour.
No.
With a bullet.
No.
Who?
You know. My girl.
No, I don't know.
Anna Kendrick.
I don't know that
Anna
at all.
Kendrick is the best.
She was never Santa. Never. Never.
Santa in training.
I'm giving it to David Harbour and his bloody.
I would give it to David Harbour.
Bloody hammer, man. So because there's Hot Frosty to watch too, so we can watch Four Christmases,
Anna and the Apocalypse,
and
Hot
Frosty. And then I guess we can have a wrap up where we're not watching a movie, we just talk some shit about some stuff.
Yeah, Christmas, like at the end of the year, the year in review.
Yeah. Do we do a year in review, or do we wait for New Year's for that stuff?
We usually do that in January, but I mean, look, we got how many months in this year? Let's see.
Or weeks in this month, yeah.
So we have December has 5 Sundays. So we've got 3 movies.
Some magical kind
and then a wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go.
And then what, a ramble?
Change approved.
Okay, change approved. Why not?
No, I mean we're doing the first month. Like this is the first.
That's true. That's true. So we only have the 3, and then we got the wrap up. You're right. You're right. You brought me back to my senses.
Yeah.
Oh, these real beers, they're hitting me hard. Just not used to it.
Well, so yeah, we got to find out where Four Christmases is streaming.
You know where it's streaming? The Book Exchange. I guarantee you I can get a copy of it at one of the book exchanges.
It's on Hulu.
Oh, there you go.
And on Max. Look, it says that it is.
That was not a big enough hit that it's not available all over the place.
Let me see. Four Christmases. I'm going to look on Hulu just to see. For Christmas. It is available on Max and on Hulu.
Yeah, fantastic.
There you go. So we can watch that. We can watch
Hot Frosty on Netflix.
We can watch Hot Frosty. And Anna and the Apocalypse is available on the Roku channel with ads.
That's fine. And Tubi with ads, I'm sure.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I could sign up for a 1-week Shudder subscription.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
I just have to sign up and then cancel right then. You know, you sign up and you cancel right then.
Did you ever,
because you get the week.
Did you ever join those Columbia
I
CD
never
clubs?
did. I never had the penny.
I did. I did. And they got me for a while. Like I didn't get around. You know, kids are dumb. Kids are dumb. So I ended up having to pay for a couple of albums that I didn't really want. But, you know, what a freaking scam, man.
Yeah.
This is when I realized that the system is corrupt.
Yeah.
Can't trust it.
Well.
That's all right.
You can't trust it.
That's why I'm amused.
The system does what the system's going to do.
That's right.
You can't trust people to be smart. That's what you can't
trust. Well, they
take
advantage of stupid people. And
stop being stupid then.
I ended up doing that.
Well, Well, this is coming from a guy who didn't.
I appreciate you're going to disagree with me on that, but
again, this is coming from the guy who failed to cancel his Criterion Channel trial in time and ended up spending $100.
That's right, but we got to watch Stalker though. We got to watch Stalker one of these months.
All right, so we got a plan for the month.
Yes.
If you're out there, if our listeners are out there,
super excited.
What order are we watching these?
I feel like I want to start with the horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to. I don't want to end with Four Christmases because I figured that one's the wild card. That one could be shitty.
Yeah, we clearly cannot finish with Hot Frosty because that is going to be shitty.
No, I think it's going to be shitty in the best possible way, man. I think it's exactly what you want.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe let's start with Four Christmases.
Start with Four Christmases. Yeah. So Four Christmases on the 8th.
Uh-huh.
Anna and the Apocalypse on the 15th.
Right.
Hot Frosty on the 22nd.
End it out with Hot Frosty, man. Hot Frosty's going to be awesome.
Oh, man. I can't wait. I can't wait.
We should go down to Wendy's and get a Frosty for Hot Frosty.
Carb load.
That's right.
We got a carb load. Yeah. It's for the podcast, man.
You know what? We'll get a Hot Frosty, put a jalapeno in it.
I'll just put mine in the microwave.
Yeah.
Frosty soup.
Boiling hot Frosty. You burn your lips off Frosty.
Yeah. We call it hot coke.
that might be taking the term a little too far as I'm concerned.
No, I like our plan.
Yeah.
I like it. If you're out there and you're listening and you got a problem with this plan, let us know.
Exactly.
Or if you've seen any of these movies.
VintageNerd7 at gmail.com. Vintage Nerds with an S and the number 7 at gmail.com. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know how terrible this idea is.
I think my sister's out there listening. I saw some downloads from Rhode Island.
Well,
so
yeah, let us know what you think. Watch the movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to talk some garbage.
You might like Hot Frosty.
I think it was made.
It's no Merry Gentleman.
That was the other one going to be on the list. I was like, I wouldn't mind watching that Merry Gentleman.
Just because that's one your wife would watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Merry Gentleman.
She likes rom-coms too, so I can get her to watch rom-coms on occasion. But
Hot Frosty.
I think she'd be down for some Hot Frosty. And watching the movie.
All right. Well, listen. This is. I like the plan. I like what we got going on here.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's working out.
Nerds, wrap it up.
Oh, sweetheart.
Looking forward to the holiday season.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, the dame is spoken, so it is time for us to wrap it up. As always, I've been Hot Frosty.
And I have been the Merry Gentleman.
That is so disturbing.
You guys are weird.